and this is why I know, like, I don't even think all gang stalkers are bad or anything, because one time I was going back to that place where I told you I was serving all that money. It was homeless people, and there was an old lady and a son. I thought it was like boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. And it started pouring down rain in Seattle, and I took comfort underneath their little homeless thing. And they started talking to me, and the son, I didn't know at the time he was their son. I thought they were boyfriend and girlfriend. He just kept asking me all these questions about life and humanity and Christ. And his mom was like, "Shut up. He can't tell you anything except what they tell him to tell him and all this." And I said, "Ma'am, what are you talking about? How do you know about my existence and everything?" She's like, "Everybody knows about you. Everybody knows about your shit." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" She goes, "You're something like a Truman Show." She's like, "Motherfuckers," she's like, I swear to God, she said, well, the main thing was because I told him, it was another time I was going to kill myself. And I had about $500 on me, and I said, "Hey," and I knew the guy, and I said, "Go get $200 in crack, and we're going to smoke it all up right now, me and your mom." And he went and got it. We smoked it up. And I couldn't die. And and she kept telling me, she said, "The reason you can't die and the reason ain't nothing happening to you is because," she said, like I told you before, she said, I don't know, and she looked at her son and said, basically, she's like, "It's all his free will. We can't make him do or say anything. Like, it all has to be up to him." And I waited. I've waited in the Seattle DHS for food stamps. I used to go to the VA, and then the VA would send us downtown to do all our state paperwork to get food stamps and all that, to get enrolled in these programs. And I would take my VA lunches. The VA would give us these sack lunches to take onto the bus, and I would just go downtown and find a homeless person. I'd just give it to them, and they'd just be like, "Wow!" And so many of these homeless people were veterans. They were like, "Oh yeah, this is a homeless vet lunch. I can tell." And I'd be like, "Yeah, man, they got me down here. I'm just, you know." And dude, like I knew about Eddie Griffin, I met another motherfucker, and this is something that's not even about music or nothing, but like dude, I swear to God, I hope you're recording this. I swear to God on my life, I hope you're recording this. Have you ever heard of Merv Griffin? If you haven't heard of Merv Griffin, and I know the fucking coincidence, Eddie Griffin, but it has nothing to do with Griffin, that's name. Griffin, you ever watch Wheel of Fortune? When it's over? You ever watch Jeopardy when it's over? To the Merv Griffin production. I was spitting this shit like me and you spit in this downtown Seattle fucking backwoods neighborhood, right? This fucking dude that looked like a fucking troll or something, like, really didn't even look human. I mean, that was my first perspective of him. And he was like, I was at the jukebox just playing these awesome songs, and he was like, he just come up to me, he was like, what the fuck, man? Like, just loving my vibe and everything. And I said, and he just started going off about Merv Griffin was his dad. And I was like, you know, at the time I was like, I said, Merv Griffin? Like I mean, because I grew up watching Wheel of Fortune, dude. Like, I was like, not by choice, you know. Like, I said, Merv Griffin, the Hollywood person? He goes, and he was amazed that I knew that. And I swear to God on my life, bro, this guy goes, dude, I'm trying to get stoned. And I said, dude, I got weed out the ass. Like, I've never been in a situation where I didn't, knock on wood. And I said, I can smoke you down, but I said, do you, like, live around here? Like, I was homeless. I had my backpack and everything. And he goes, are you truly homeless? And I was like, dude, and he goes, okay. He goes, if you can get me high. And after I got him high, he got all wigged out and shit. But I said, he goes, if you can get me high, he goes, I'll take you to my apartment and I'll show you something that hardly anybody in Seattle knows anything about. And I was like, yeah, honestly, bro, if I had $1 for every time somebody told me they were going to show me something that was going to wig me out. So I was just like, okay, whatever. So I was like, I had like 3 grams of some good shit. And we go to this fucking building about a mile away. And this is how Seattle works, dude. Seattle is literally like downtown New York City. Like, everyone lives in buildings. Everyone lives in, like, up. Everyone lives up. You go in buildings. And so I was like, okay, we go to this building. And we go in this room, right? And he opens the door. This is no fucking lie. I swear to God on my life. I swear to God on Jesus Christ, the Son of the Almighty God. Hallelujah, praise his name. There's all these little framed pictures, like 2x8s or whatever. Not the big ones like your school pictures, like 2x8s. They're all over the place. And this is just kind of like a 1-bedroom miniature type apartment in a big building. And, dude, the first thing I noticed was, like, pictures of, like, Pat Sajak and fucking Vanna White and Alex Trebek. And then I see, like, pictures of this guy with these people when I could tell it was him when he was, like, younger. And I said, how in the fuck do you know these people? And he goes, my dad was Merv Griffin. And I was like, no fucking way. I said, dude, you're blowing my fucking mind right now. I said, I thought I was blowing your mind. He goes, I swear to you, he goes, my dad was Merv Griffin. How else would I have pictures of a child with Vanna White and Pat Sajak and Alex Trebek? And I was like, and if you look up, all those shows were shows that were produced by that guy that I just said, and Merv Griffin. And Merv Griffin had just died like a year before this. And I just happened to catch it on CNN, and when you're traveling across the country, you hear shit all the time. And I said, I just told him, I said, it's just too good to be, like, I'm not asking or wanting anything from you, but I said, I just said, I mean, dude, dude, everywhere I looked, there was a fucking, like, this apartment was like a fucking museum, dude. Like, you couldn't look anywhere or see anything that wasn't framed or, like, dude, I mean, I swear to God, like, and I said, talk to me, like, what's up? And then I started smoking these down, and he started freaking out, saying he didn't believe me, and he started getting paranoid, and he made me leave. But I swear to God on my life, dude, like, I met Merv Griffin's son, dude, and I was there. Like, I was in that. I could take you to the, and I remember when we showed it to the building, I was living like 3 blocks from there, and it's really, like, rundown shack that was like the VA put me up in. And I said, why are you living this close? Like, I mean, it was all like, that's how Seattle is. Like, and I remember he told me, he just said that, I mean, I don't know, my truth freaked him out, but I'm telling you, dude, like, and this is how you know it's real. I could make up 1 million motherfuckers in my life, dude, but Merv Griffin's son? Why the fuck would I just come up with that? I mean, come on, dude. And most people don't even know who Merv Griffin is. Merv Griffin isn't even like
yeah, if you were looking for, like, that's true.
But, dude, I'm telling you, like, so many weird, my whole life has just been filled with nothing but influxes of things like this. Like, I remember when my first dealer and everything, like, when my sister was with me, one time I had to re-up, and I was like, my sister's with me, and I want to bring her. He's like, look, we got to do it right now. He's like, she's just going to have to see it. You got to bring her over. And I had to take her there, and, like, dude, there was, like, I mean, like, I remember my sister saying, like, oh my God, like, she was like, I mean, there was, like, just, like, books in the library, but each book was 2.5 pounds of marijuana. And he was like, here's yours. And she was like, I remember we got in the car, she's like, oh my God. I was like, I know, I don't. And I just told her, I said, just don't say anything, because they're probably listening to everything. And I said, I'm not afraid. I don't give a fuck. And it's like, and, oh, dude, I just never remember, like, dude, I've seen and done things, like I'm telling you, like, I hope you're recording this. And ask me a deeper and bigger question.
All right. So
I can tell you anything. There's nothing you can't ask me. I can't tell you.
what do you think about, like, what do you think about other, like, how do you feel about religion and spirituality? Like,
that's too easy, man.
Yeah, but I mean,
I'll tell you if you want me to, but I mean, that's
but I mean, on the level of, like, I know what I mean. Like, when I mention Christ consciousness, I mean, like, the consciousness of the divine self. But, like, for you, do you prescribe to Christianity, or are you more universal in the Christ?
Man, let me tell you, this phone's beeping on me. My second one is going dead. But tell me directly what you want to know so I can get it out before it goes dead. If it goes dead, then it's not my fault, but we'll continue this when I call
Like, on your level of understanding and religion and spirituality and all that, for example, like, in your perspective, I mean, because in mine, and you probably share this, but, like, that the universal truth that can be found in all of them, in a sense. Do you feel the same?
Well, I mean,
or do you feel like
what universal truth you're looking for? Negative, positive, it can all be found. Like, I mean, like, I don't understand the question, I guess.
I guess, in other words, a Muslim or a Hindu or a Buddhist or a Christian, once the true goal is obtained, those labels really don't even matter. It's just more of the...
What is the true goal? What did they attain?
Higher self, divine self, inner divine...
Let me tell you something, brother. Be afraid of anyone who claims to have reached attainment on this level. Like, I know about Muhammad and all that and everything, but, like, it's all just different fragmental elements of the truth. Is all it is. It's just like the truth is in this big ass glass bottle, right? And that glass bottle explodes, and everyone's trying to put the pieces together and figure out what it meant, but it didn't mean anything except the truth. Like, every piece of that glass is the truth. Doesn't matter how you reconstruct it. Doesn't matter how you put it back together. What matters is, are you getting the fragments of truth that matter the most? Like, I guess it would be like this, like, there is no fragments of truth because it's all truth. Like,
yeah,
and I know what you're saying, but at the same time, it's so touchy. Like, I mean, like, the main reason I can't answer that accurately is because I'm not Muslim. I don't know 100% of the. If I was speaking on, I'd probably be wrong because I don't know I know most of it, but not the 100% truth behind it. So, like, I couldn't really say, like, but we're all really just speaking out of text. Really, is what we're doing. Like, when we speak on behalf of Christianity or this or that or Christ, it's like we're all speaking out of context. Really, like, none of us really truly know. Like, if we're alive and we're living on this realm of existence, we don't know. And Bob Dylan said this: to understand now, you know too soon. We're not meant to understand now. We're meant to operate in this faculty of truth and existence within the means and boundaries that we've acquired and that we know and understand. Outside of that, we can't be nothing else to anyone or anything else, even to ourselves. We can only be what we've acquired and understood up to this point. We can't be any more than that. We can't be any less than that. So, like, we might think we know the whole fundamental truth, but we might just know the whole fundamental ignorance. Like, we can only know what we've discovered or been told. And anything outside of that is obsolete because we're really not even looking for truth. We're looking for I don't know what the word is. Maybe we're looking for understanding would be the accurate word where everybody would be like, oh yeah. But it's not understanding. It's not understanding at all. Because if we understood, we wouldn't be at this level of ignorance. We haven't understood anything to this point. They've nailed our Christ to a cross. We accepted that. They might find your brother with a herb plant, and you accept. Like, we just keep accepting. So maybe we'll never know truth until they start accepting our truth. Until they start bowing down to what we believe. You know? Because up to this point, the only truth that we've ever known is what they say is truth and what we surrender to. You know? Mm-hmm. What if they surrender to our truth? What if they surrender to what we think truth is? You know? There wouldn't be a need for all these other things to withhold people and confine their existence. You know? Because really, when you're just confining someone's existence, you're basically just saying, I don't know what else to do with this person, so I'll just confine them like an animal in a cage. You know? So it's like one of my best movies I've ever seen in my life is American History X. Mm-hmm. You seen that?
Oh yeah.
You have?
Yeah, powerful movie.
Oh, dude, I posted some shit on Netflix, and I lost a few friends over that shit when I had the ability to post shit on Netflix. And they got mad at me, and I was like, man, I said, it's just a movie, man. I said, because I can't even remember what I said, but I don't know. What else you got for me, brother?
No, I just, because, I obviously know.
Video.
I guess the cool aspect of that question is, because I already know my answer. Like, I kind of already know how I feel, but.
Hold on. Ready?
I feel like I'm supposed to rap, bro. Shit. Might have to rap.
No. Make the same sounds. Just make noise with your mouth.
You make me want to rap when I hear a beat, dude.
No, don't rap. Just make noises.
I could beatbox. I definitely have.
Dude, I swear
That's
to you,
cool.
do this. Dude, this is how weird I am. You can only do this if you're the dealer. Back when I was a big-time major player dealer in Tulsa, a lot of people come re-up with me, and I'd be so bored because I was such a major player for these people. I didn't have friends. I was just playing a position. And I would be like, I'd say, look, let's not communicate with words. Let's communicate with sounds. For 1 hour, no one in this house came. And I had this one friend, we were playing PlayStation, and he went like, boing, 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 and got a fucking, like, Sprite out of the fridge. And then but this is the worst, dude. This is where you should communicate words sometimes. My dude come over, and I'm supposed to buy 2 units of acid from him. He laid him down, and I told him we were only speaking in code. And my sister had paid for one of them. I took both hits. And my sister was like, ooh. I was like, what, you paid for one? I was like, I took both. And I remember being outside and, oh, man. The blades of grass, and, like, we were watching Cinderella and all that shit, and I was just like, but I felt so bad because I was like, I'm sorry.
No, it's all good.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to challenge you. I hope you're recording this. For the next 2 minutes, just do nothing but a beat out of your head. Just What do you got? What do you got? What do you got?
All right, let's see.
I got one right here. Can you top that one?
I got some good ones, man. If I really bust
show me
them up.
what you got.
Oh man, I guess let me. I guess I'll do a beat.
I told you I saw Bigfoot. I knew it was you. Oh, dude, let me see this. You know what else? Like a motherfucker, dude.
Hold on, I got this.
Pick a geographical point on the map, and we all meet up there and just camp the fuck out.
Oh yeah.
Camp the fuck out. Just camp out, dude. Just like no cell phones, no nothing. Just be like, dude, because your brother seems like a pretty interesting cat, man.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Is he older than you or younger?
Older.
So, what is y'all relationship like, good or bad? Or
I mean, we got a good relationship, but it's like it's distant. Like it used to be, we were the soul brothers daily and day out. But he's got a kid on the way. I moved from the same state. I did move there, but then through just stuff happening at the job, you know, like stuff started hitting me heavy, like gangstalking wise. And we had a difference of opinion. Like he was like, "You're watching too many John Lennon videos," and I'm like, "Man, you know, you're insulting my intelligence." Yeah, no, I was like, so, and we've come to terms with like, all right, he's like, all right, maybe I believe you a little more now, but I've never got the like total like, bro, you were right, you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry I didn't vibe with you and that I was vibing against you, because basically I was like letting him know, like, bro, I'm getting game played at this job, bro, and he's just like, he just didn't believe it. But I'm gonna say, up until that point, bro, up until that point, we were rocking shows, and we still are, but just distantly. But peace to my brother, because we're on the same page now. Yeah, peace to I want to say peace to TML though, because me and him are on the same. We're on this shit, bro. Like he's my soul brother, bro. We came up with the term soul brothers because we're connected by soul, you know. And
no, but I'm saying, please tell me you already posted this.
What? Posted what?
Our conversation. I want to hear it. I want to hear myself.
I've only posted. I haven't posted the last conversations because I'm still recording them. I'm going to be posting them. Yeah. Yeah, they'll all be there. Well, one of them's like over an hour. That's the first one. The first one we did is over like an hour, and that was from ETs to Bigfoot. Yeah, and that's ETs to Bigfoot. That's the first one I'm putting up. And then this is a second one that's been going for 23 minutes now. And then you got the one where you interviewed me. I already put that one up. So I just got to put these last conversations we've had.
Oh, dude, we gotta even get weirder on some weirder shit, man. I want to get weird as I can. So you asked me the weirdest ever. I can't even. I'm trying to catch this ball out right now.
I'm going to ask. I guess the way I like to form the question is ascension elements, like the essential properties of soul advancement through human experience, because I believe the soul is separate from the human body, and of course we know that. So the soul level, like from the soul level, I believe, you know, like let's see, who just passed recently? Was it Rockefeller? And then Jacques Fresco passed in the same year. So Jacques Fresco, check this out. Jacques Fresco passed at 101. Rockefeller passed at 101. Jacques Fresco spent his whole life designing a city void of any banking and centralized control, and that went with the earth, and it was just beautiful. And then, you know, on the other hand, you got a Rockefeller who was basically into the banking current system and a top player at it. But on the soul level, they're both dancing. Like, they're both dancing and having a great laugh. But on the 3D human level, one soul hasn't experienced as so many human lifetimes as maybe another soul's experienced more human lifetimes. So through that experience, you'll find an old soul like Jacques Fresco who wouldn't design weapons for the military. He only designed safety devices. He was a social engineer. He talked with greats like Einstein, and he came up with a blueprint that eventually this earth will use. And it's not to say it'll be exactly like Jacques Fresco stuff, but he had that old soul attribute. He never even believed in God, but he was working with higher self and his God self. So that's what I'm at. Like from an atheist to anybody, I can find the God self in them and try to help bring it out. And
you said it right there. You said it. That's it, dude. That's wow, dude. It's like I don't think you realize how powerful what you said was. Like that's exactly it. That dude. Wow.
And we want to make a society that brings out our good qualities instead of the one that's been like up and down, like, we're going to war, are we not? Will we survive? Will we not? Will this paycheck come in? Will it be? Everyone's like, is my lights going to stay on? Is my life going to stay on? I mean, some people, but I mean, and then you could tell there's some people that are more bought into the old Matrix. They're still enjoying the margaritas. They're still enjoying the same 3D. And that's okay because at their time, their time. But I can see, bro, through just like a photo. I could take a look at a picture of someone and go, oh, that person's hurting. That person probably needs talked to in a certain way they haven't been talked to. Oh, that person really needs to be, like, you probably have the same quality. And because we can see like auras, and not so much physically, but energetically, we can feel. And so that's why I was saying, like, at the end of this polarity dance comes the 5D unified grid, to where everyone from the NSA, FBI, CIA, galactics, military, covert world, civil world, public world, liberators, whatever, all of it is going to merge into one human family that seeks to cooperate to survive. Because it will come down to survival. It doesn't even come down to like, well, I think this is a better way. It's like, well, nobody's going to be able to rest. No one's going to be able to sleep if everyone's got guns aimed at each other, and then it trickles down to the masses working for that machine, and they're popping pills just to maintain the machine, and then their kids are now popping pills just to maintain the machine, and at some point now the machine, it can't maintain the human we've grown out of it. And I do believe that it's like a soul dance, like from the other side of the veil. Everybody's one in a certain way, right? But we're expanding light consciousness. And how do you do that? Well, you go out to dark places. That's how you expand light. You are light. I am light. We are starlight. We are sunlight. And we go out to other dimensions and bring heaven forth. Welcome to the third. We bring in heaven to it. And just like in the Bible, I believe in that passage has so much power that says that what will be done in heaven will be done on earth. And even Jacques Fresco quotes that for a guy who proclaims he didn't believe in God, but truly worked for God. And he's smiling from that spirit self. I know it. He has to. Because it all agrees on the other side of the veil. And that's what I think. I look at George Bush Sr., and then I look at how JFK was taken out early. And I say to myself, as an old soul, I'd rather go out the JFK route. Because as an old soul, I saw that just having 40 more fucking years didn't mean shit in the grand scheme of things. But George Bush Sr. still had to do his role to become a mature soul eventually and go through a lifetime of such. So it all danced out, it all worked out. And then you have the polarities between a Kennedy and the Bushes, and then the masses can learn now, like an open book. And I thought it was interesting. I like to put light everywhere. I know everyone hates Donald Trump, not everyone, but I still try to pray for that guy to do the most righteous thing. Because I do think that when you look at things, he's got to, I mean, I'm not saying he thinks the way I think, but you get to a point where you've had money, you've had success, you've had the same old. What do you want to be remembered for as a president? What do you want to leave behind? For a guy who came in office and wanted the CIA to put out files about JFK, what's he knocking on the door of with that,
Yeah, there's one thing I can tell you about that, and I don't know about that, but there's one thing that you said I can tell you about. And I know it is true. And I can tell you so.
Yeah, and some of this is just intuitive, not really facts, but it's just.
Like, when you said, like, dude, I'm not bullshitting when I tell you. Right? I have lived life few people have. Like, I have seen and experienced and witnessed, and dude, like, and that's what's weird. Like, I was kind of going through that with Christ earlier when I was waking up today, because I was like, I'm waking up in this shithole, and I was like, Christ, like, I've woken up in Las Vegas, Nevada, in hotel rooms, looking over the entire fucking strip.
Damn.
Fucking 10 G's in my fucking pocket.
Damn.
Fucking with exact places I had to be, with exact suitcases and this and that. Like, dude, I lived that shit. I swear to you on my life, I have lived that shit. Like, the people in my life now are only with me because they chose to follow me on one of those runs. And it's funny because when you said that, it's not funny because, like, it's true. Like, I'm here to tell you, like, dude, like, I'm just a broke-ass motherfucker living in the hood in Tulsa right now. But there was a time in my life where I'm telling you this, dude. I brushed shoulders with people you saw on TV, and I did whatever the fuck I wanted to do whenever I wanted to do it with whoever and as much as I wanted to do of it. Like, wow. I promise you, I swear on my life. And I can tell you the inside, the network, how it all works. I can tell you, like, I mean, I can feel to this day, dude. If you roll with me, we could probably end up on Eddie Griffin's front porch. Like, I know him that well, but if he saw me, he wouldn't be tripping. He'd be like, oh, what's up? Like, where the fuck you been? This is probably what he'd say. Like, where the fuck you been? What the fuck you been doing, asshole? That's probably what he'd say. Like, fuck you, bitch. I told you to get a hold of me. Where the fuck you been? That's probably what he'd say. But, like,
I got somebody who wants to change the world.
Nevertheless, though, he would know who the fuck it was. And I'm telling you, like, the reason I live my life to this day how I live it now is because people know where I've been and what I've done and who the fuck I am right now. And I'm living off of kosher elements of other people's dude, I know this sounds fucking goofy or whatever, but I do whatever the fuck I want to do whenever the fuck I want to do it, dude. I don't know if it's any type of boundary. There ain't no fucking boundary. I don't literally, like, I do whatever the fuck I want to do whenever the fuck I want to do it. I almost burn my fucking hair off doing that, like my bow to the side trying to point my point of view. But I'm like, and even that's how cool I am. Like, I burn all my hair off. I'll burn my fucking nose off. I don't give a fuck, dude, because I know who I am inside my spirit. I don't need this projective imagery of me to make people think I'm cool or whatever, man. I fucking know, dog. Like, I'm telling you, like, doesn't matter who believes. Because if I want to fucking choose tomorrow and go to Santa Monica, I'll be fucking doing shit that most people would never know about. Just because I don't take many motherfuckers with me. But I'd probably go to a national park and live in the woods. That's what I'd probably do, though. But if I wanted to, I could go fucking to Hollywood right now and be wherever the fuck I wanted to be. But I don't give a fuck about that shit. Because I know that, like you said, you're under somebody else's control immediately. I want to be under my own shit. I'd rather be in Tulsa and be able to get off stage and do whatever the fuck I want when I want. That's the beauty of it. There's a few people that's done that, made it successful, where they're like, they don't go to Hollywood. They're like, yo, you come to my city. You come here. Like Sesame Street did that. They were like, we don't come to you. You come to Sesame Street, motherfucker. Big Bird. You want to meet fucking Oscar the Grouch? You come to Sesame Street, bitch. Sesame Street don't come to you. You come to Sesame Street. I live on Sesame Street, dog. Can you tell me how to get to Sesame Street? And I used to deliver sesame chicken, you know.
Open sesame.
Can you tell me how to get to Sesame? No, you can't. You can't tell me how to get to Sesame Street, but I can tell you. I can tell you. But you'd have to follow the rules completely, dog. Completely, dog. You could not. If you want to know how to get to Sesame Street, I'm telling you this right now. You cannot defer from the rules, from the directions. You'll end up like you'll be on a Jack Ritter Three's Company episode. Instead of it going how to get to Sesame Street, they'll be like Three's Company. It's almost the same song. How the Three's Company one goes like Three's Company. Yeah, Jack Ritter was cool. I met him one time, but that was at the fucking not the Stardust, but the Stratosphere. That was before he died. I meet all these people right before they die. Then, dude, none of this. I saw Cheech and Chong live in concert. My friend was still in the
military. You better not meet me, dog.
He was in Vegas. No, but dude, I tell you.
I'm just kidding.
It doesn't mean shit because
no, I'm kidding.
The concert and I was there and I was like, dude, I actually enjoyed watching the movie better in my movie room than being surrounded by all these people with social anxiety. Listening to two people try to do stand-up comedy that I was like, I would have much rather just watch the movie again in my living room. Oh, not even that. Like, oh, dude. I want to tell you about some of this fucking direct energy weapons these motherfuckers be pulling. That electricity feeling, it sucks. It's fucked up, dude. It's fucked up. It hurts so fucking bad. It's crazy. Look like shit, but when I spit, it's Brad Pitt. I came up with that the other day. I was like, look like shit, but when I spit, it's Brad Pitt. I was watching that movie, there's an actor called Benicio del something, and I think he's Brad Pitt's clone or some shit. Oh, yeah. Now what you want to know? What you want to know? Come on, it's your radio show. That's the real shit.
All right.
Of all this shit.
If the human race doesn't kill itself, how do you see it coming together as a human family? Like, what do you think has to happen, or what do you think we have to do?
It's a lost cause, bro. The human race will never come together because of what we have in between it. Like, that's kind of a catch-22 because a lot of people that you're expecting human activity from aren't human beings at all. Fucking reptilians.
That's a topic right there alone. So,
well, I mean, this is the truth. Like, they can bend light. Like, I saw one of them not too long ago. I got up in the middle of the night, about almost 4 in the morning, and went in the kitchen. I got me some shit out of their fridge. And we got these 2 recliners in our living room, and I was coming back, and I swear to you, I saw somebody sitting in the fucking living room. And I know who it was. I know this motherfucker knows black magic now. I knew who the fuck it was. And I stopped, and I was like, I even said out loud under my breath, I said, the fuck are you doing in my house? And when I directed my focal energy on him, he completely disappeared.
Hare Krishna.
Oh, he was there. He was there. Motherfucker was there. I saw him sitting there. And I said, what the fuck are you doing in my house? And he said, like, he dissolved right there. Like, after I said that, he didn't move and flinch. Didn't move or flinch. Didn't try to disagree with me. But I swear to God, he was there, he wasn't, and he was there. And then I looked again. I didn't turn on the light because I saw it completely. And I remember I said, what the fuck are you doing in my house? And after I said that, the motherfucker just went to, like, the light bended. Like, he explained it to me how it worked earlier. He said that they're able to bend light. Like you can be looking right at them.
Yep.
They can bend light. And I don't know what the fuck that means, but he just said they can bend light. And he said they bend light, and when there could be a water bottle or something sitting right there on your desk, and you won't see it. Even if you put your hand there, you won't touch it. But it's only because they're bending the light or whatever is what he was telling me. Like, he said they can cloak themselves behind this light or something. Dude, if I knew how it worked, I'd be telling you how it works.
So basically,
but I swear to you,
here's a symptom.
Here, they disappeared in front of my face.
This is
and I knew who it was. It wasn't like it was just this random person. I knew who the fuck it was. I knew who it was. I got in a fight with this motherfucker like a couple days before. Now, I was, it was about, we were going down, dude. We were throwing down. Like, we were like, we were in the middle of fucking hood. The party. Like, everyone was around. We were throwing down, dude. We were fucking boom, boom, boom. Like, punch. We were going, and we were going at it, dude. We were fucking going at it. And I think that's another reason a lot of these people don't fuck me over here, because they've seen me so many times go at it with bigger and stronger people. And 9 times out of 10, even the ones that they say I lost, they can't say I got beat. I stood up to, like, dude, the biggest of the biggest here in this hood. I've been beat down, I've beat up people, I've been beat down, I've been bloodied, I've been all that, and that's why I walk around with no fear, because I'm like, fuck, dude. The fuck,
and don't you think that
honestly,
one of the things
I love the scrap. I love the fight.
Isn't one of the things?
I love fucking being. I don't know what it is about it, but I love being on the ground, just fucking fear. Dude, I love it. I love it. I'm not afraid. I love it, and that's why all these people don't fuck with me, because 85% of the world wants to avoid confrontation. Well, I'm in that 15% to bring it on. I love it. I don't give a fuck. I don't care if they call it whatever. If I ain't got nothing in my pockets that's illegal, let's do it, dog. Because a night in jail or drunk in public. What, you think I'm living in fear of that shit? I don't give a fuck, man. I love fighting. Come on, let's do this. And that's where a lot of people I don't know how many times motherfuckers started shooting me and thought they were going to intimidate me. And I was like, you're right, let's do it. You're fucking right. You're fucking right. We need to solve this shit. Let's solve this shit right fucking now. Bring your ass out here. Fuck this. I'm pissed. Fuck this, motherfucker. Fuck you. Let's do it. I just go off. And they're like, dude, I was just fucking around, dog. I was like, no, you weren't. Fuck you. You weren't fucking around. You were fucking around when you thought I was weaker than you. But once you got scared, now you want to fuck around. It's like, me ain't fucking around. And that's the thing with me. It's like, even when I thought you could beat my ass, I wasn't scared. I was still ready to fight. Even when I knew I might not even win at all, I was still ready to fight, dog. I wasn't scared at all. And that's, dude, it trips people out. And here's the thing. If you come across a motherfucker thinking the same way like that, 9 times out of 10, you have the best fight of your life, and you end up with the best friend of your life. And not even that, you probably would have ended up fighting because you guys realize it's like rams. When 2 motherfuckers butt heads, they realize we ain't fighting for nothing. I don't even know you. What the fuck? But I love it. I love it. The one thing I love to do is get loud, dog. And
but that's the mentality. What you just said right like, there.
Oh, fuck you. Let's go. Hey. I rip it up. I'm like, let's do it right now. You're exactly right. You're exactly right. Let's go outside right now. Let's do it right fucking now. You're exactly right. Everything you said is right. The first thing you need to do is go out there right now so I can beat your ass, bitch. And then they'll look at you like, I was trying to induce the fear. And this guy's like, welcome in. What do I do now? Yeah, you act and look like the bitch you are. And you just keep going on. And like I said, dude, you know how many times I've said that? And the motherfucker came out there and straight knocked me the fuck out? You know how many times that happened? Maybe twice out of 50. Maybe twice. And the 2 times it happened, hey, motherfucker brought was real. I ain't tripping. I didn't get up holding a grudge or trying to do this or that. I was like, hey, I love it. Like I told you, I love it. You know, I'm in the mouth and I'm talking shit. I love it, dog. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Because it's like, what else is really going on? I know it sounds fucked up and weak, but it's really not. Because it's like, dude, for every time I beat somebody's ass, I've equally had my ass beat. I've been beat down. I've been beat up. I've been beat up so bad where, dude, when you see me, you'll see this. The whole fucking left side of my head is caved in, basically. When I got knocked out downtown, and motherfuckers just started stomping on my head, and I was unconscious. And motherfucker told me what they were doing, and I looked in the mirror and I was like, holy fuck, dude. I look weird for the rest of my life. Like, I look like if a motherfucker squeezed the top of your head, like, you can tell. Dude, I'm telling you, you can tell. I'm a fucking dog, dude. I'm telling you, I don't give a fuck. And I don't mean that, like, oh, I'm this, I'm that. I'm just saying, like, I don't care. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I don't care. I just don't care anymore. Like honestly, like every day I wake up, I'm just like, because I don't want to be, and I'm not begging for this life at all, not one bit. But I remember this when I was in Seattle the first time. This is no bullshit lie either, and this is why I'm not afraid to fight. This is probably why I'm not afraid to fight at all. I was coming in from a bad deal, got ripped off, and took a couple homeless people in my apartment. You can see downtown Seattle from fucking my room. And dude was like, we're catching the rails tomorrow. We're going to Portland. You want to go with us? And I said, I've never rode the rails before. I want to go, but I said, I'm still pretty weak looking right now. But like, this is like 10 years ago. Dude said, well, you can roll with us, but he said, if you're going to ride the rails, the first thing that happens, everyone has to do is you got to fight. And I was like, what do you mean? He goes, well, before you catch your first train, there's going to be a group of people there. He said, every city that controls the hops, like, there's a small gang of people that live out there, and they control who gets on and off the trains and who's hopping and who's not and all that shit. And I was like, whatever. And he's like, no, he goes, serious. But he goes, I think you could beat this guy's ass. He goes, you look, he's like, I think you could do it. And he goes, but if you want to ride to Portland with us, you don't have to beat his ass. But he goes, you have to fight him at least. You have to, and I was like, well, dude, last thing I'm afraid of is fighting somebody. I can get fucked. And I said, let's do it. And then we went and partied that night. And I got so depressed, dude. I had a few $1,000. I mean, I took these two homeless guys that were telling me how we were going to hop the rails out with me. And dude said, I told him, I said, dude, I'm so fucking depressed. I'm getting a piece of Sargento's cheese. Hold on. And I want to kill myself. I said, I was thinking about, fuck, man. Dropped it on the floor. I said, I'm thinking about hitting the rails with you guys, but I said, really, I just want to fucking kill myself. And he goes, I'll tell you what. He goes, we got a 38, we got a 22. He pulled out all these fucking revolvers. He goes, we'll take you down to the Puget Sound. You just face the fucking water. We'll shoot you in the back of the head. I'll do it for free. And he was literally saying, I'll fucking end your life right now for free. And I said, and then check this out. I said, how could? I started talking to this guy. This is no bullshit. I swear to God on my life. He killed his own father. His father was like molesting him and his sister and doing shit to his mom. He said, and he said he was like 12 years old, and he went in there one day and he knew where his dad kept the guns, and he said he fucking blew his head off. And I sheltered this guy for like weeks, man. This guy gave me abundant amounts of knowledge, and he said, bro, he goes, I understand the pain. I know about wanting to end it. He said, if if you truly want to end it, we'll walk down to the sound and I'll just shoot you in the back of the head. He goes, it's no problem. I don't mind. I swear to God on your life, it's got, like when I was telling you, like, I know killers, dude, like, in Tulsa even, like, these crackheads they used to serve shit to, like, dude, you don't even know. I'm telling you, like, I know killers, dude, like, I didn't mean to know them, I didn't mean for my life to end up there, but, like, and I told him, I said, man, honestly, at that time, I said, dude, I said, he was staying in my apartment. I said, maybe tomorrow, I said, we'll wake up. I said, let's go down to the market. We'll go down to Pipe Market where they throw the fish and shit. Let's get something to eat. And then maybe I said, I don't know. Because I said, I really do want to kill myself. And then I ended up going to the VA, and I stayed in the VA for like 45 days after this. But we're down there. And he showed me where we do it and everything. And then I just told him, I was like, I gave him like $1,000, and I said, I went to a payphone, I said, I'm going to call 911, and I said, I'm going to tell him that I'm thinking about committing suicide, and I'm just going to see what happens. And he goes, I'll tell you what happened, what's going to happen. He goes, we're going to send the cops and an ambulance to you, and they're going to take you to a hospital. And he goes, since you're a veteran, if you tell them you're a veteran, they'll probably send you to the VA, and you'll probably get some kind of program. So I said, all right. I said, here, man, take this $1,000. Love you, appreciate it. And I called 911 from a bridge where people commit suicide on purpose in Seattle. Like, all the people that jumped off the bridge committed suicide, they left, like, marked, like, a message with a Sharpie and stuff. Like, one guy said, simply because of a toothache. Another guy, like, I was going to jump off that bridge. And it's such known for suicide that there's, just like the Golden Gate Bridge, they have phones posted up every, like, quarter mile on it. And I went up to one of those phones, and I called 911. I said, if you don't get somebody here within the next 10 minutes, I'm going to kill myself. And I don't think I would have, but I really think I might have. And the ambulance showed up. At this time, I thought to be a veteran, you had to be like some type of commando or something. And they were like, have you ever served in the military? I was like, yes. Did you get honorable discharge? I was like, yes. They were like, well, you're a veteran. We're going to take you to the VA. I said, I'm not a veteran. And they said, how do you figure that? I said, well, I didn't serve in any, like, shooting guns, like physical combat. He goes, man, all you have to do is be a member and get honorably discharged, and you're a veteran for the rest of your life, man. And I was like, are you serious? And I'll tell you what, it goes deeper. I'm all down on myself, thinking about committing suicide, right? I'm there. For the first week there, you can't leave, go downstairs, do nothing, right? You're under supervision. Huh? Second week there, they said, okay, Chad, you can go down for a cigarette if you want. But you can only go down with somebody that's been there for like 3 or 4 weeks. And you got to sign out with them and everything. And then they piss you when you come back and everything. And on the way down there, we go down the second floor and the elevator stops. And this 18-year-old kid gets in with both of his legs blown off. I didn't know that the second floor was the ward for people coming back that lost limbs. So I go out there to take a smoke break, and I'm taking smoke breaks with 18, 19, 20-year-old kids that are missing arms, legs, feet, hands. And I'm just going. And I thought about, like, I was like, God, how selfish could I have been? How selfish could I have been? These people are fighting. And, I'm talking like 19, 20 years old, dude. No more legs. No more hands. No more feet.
Damn.
Fucked up, dude. And then I was like, I don't know, man. It just opened my mind to, like, and that's another thing you could do, man. Doing shows for vets and shit. Like, vets would love you, dude. Because you're basically like your whole your whole thing about you is the come up, the discovering the truth and coming up, and like, oh, dude, man, I just had so many. Thanks for listening to that, man. Like, and not even that. Oh, dude,
Hey, so when you saw
in front of my face.
Hold on. When you saw those people, when you saw the limbs, when you saw the horrific, like just all of it, what was the first thing that hit you? Like, what was the first, like?
Literally, it was like when somebody hits you in the stomach and you're not ready as a kid, like that feeling, like you're just like, oh, like, dude, it was literally a physical reaction, because you see it. You know, the elevator stops, the doors open, the motherfucker rolls in, and you're like, half his face burn off. You're like, what? Nobody prepares you for shit like that. You're not gauged for reactions like that, and not even that. Like, you know, there'd be times we'd even go up to our group sessions, because we were all up there for addictions and stuff, and we'd be up there, and a couple people, oh, dude, not even that. Like, I remember people saying, I remember crackheads in there going like, because Seattle's such a big city. When I first got there, there wasn't room in the VA, so I had to spend 2 weeks in the homeless shelter in downtown Seattle, RCKC, Recovery Centers of King County. It's not even, don't even exist no more. And I would wake up at like 6 or 7 in the morning, and they would take me to the VA, and I would stay there at the VA for all my classes, and then they would bring me back until there was room at the VA, and I had to spend my nights there. And I had to spend my nights and evenings with these people that weren't vets or anything. They were just fucking addicts from all around Seattle. And this one guy said, oh, I'll never forget this, man. This one dude, he was talking about like like we'd have these meetings, like these AA meetings, but then we would just speak about our lives. And this one guy was talking about how he was so hard up for drugs and shit, and he would break into people's houses. Like, he said, I would be in people's houses at the same time they were living, and they didn't even know. They'd be eating dinner, and I was in their other room. They had no idea. And he was talking about this. He said, and then he said this. He said, let me tell you this. He said, no matter what you say, no matter what you do, he goes, Christ told me this. He said, there's always a listening ear, and there's always a watching eye. You'll never, like, get away. And dude, I heard stories from, dude, I heard stories from fiends. I heard stories talking about, I remember people talking about, I've been in here 50 fucking days and I can still taste crack. I wake up and I still taste it. I can taste it. And people that were like, one of my main men was a concession stand guy. He sold hot dogs at Seattle Mariners Stadium. Sold crack too. Dude, I was so high on crack one day out there. I was at this fucking bar right outside of fucking Seattle Seahawks Stadium, dude. It was football season. I had tickets to the fucking game. I fucking talked them. And I down to $40, and I tried to get 40 more in rock, and these guys gave me a fucking balled up, wet paper napkin. And I was actually in rehab with them. They actually saved my life. And I'll tell you, you ain't gonna believe this either, but this guy was a lineman for University of Seattle. A lot of people know this, but University of Seattle is in downtown Seattle. And I had long hair at the time, like almost down to my ass, man. And I travel all over the country serving dope in all different places. And I went to this place. He was there by himself. I didn't know he was a former lineman and all this. I just seen him there, and I was so fucking split out of my mind. I said, can I sit here? And I need someone to talk to, Christ-wise. And he let me talk to him, and I went in the bathroom, and he followed me, and he just started, I remember him telling me, like, don't ever let nobody judge you because of your character or your hair or this or that. Don't let a motherfucker look at you and be like, why the fuck you wear your hair like that? Why the fuck you dress like this? Why the fuck you look like that? Don't ever, I mean, I was so fucking high, dude, out of my mind, because before this, I don't know if I told you this, or, dude, I told my counselors at the VA, but I was exposed to something that most people never see in their life, dude. And this time I was doing flows like you were doing, believe it or not, dude. I was literally, I could open my mouth, I could say shit like you were saying, dude. I mean, maybe not exactly, but go back 10 years, 12 years, 2007, 2008, I was saying stuff to where it was getting people's attention, man. And I was downtown Seattle, and I ran out of all my fucking money and all my hustling friends and everything. And I found this one motherfucker that I knew from back in the past. And he's like, I got this one thing going on, but this is for real. This ain't no bullshit. And I was like, well, what's up? Let's do it. And he's like, well, you got to get high, though. There's only way. And I was like, fuck it, whatever. So we go to this fucking, like, building that's nestled in between these other buildings. I swear to God on my life, dude. Taps the fucking code, whatever. Motherfucker says some weird shit, punches something, never said nothing really. And then boom, we go in there. We go up to the third floor, we go in this hallway. And he taps on the door again. And it's like fucking like you see in the movies, like fucking Bronx, fucking New York, dude, like fucking latchkey, fucking, I mean, like, I'm not bullshitting you, dude. Like something that you would only see in a fucking movie. I've only seen it in a movie and when I was there. And I go in there. First thing is, these motherfuckers got like 4 coffee pots going, cooking up crack. Like, I'm talking like tennis ball size balls of crack. And dude is like saying, okay, my friend told me about your situation, whatever. And in the corner, there's these motherfuckers hitting the pipe. They got dreadlocks. And they're like literally just hitting, making these weird noises, rocking back, like, and he's like, okay, I got $500 and 20 sacked up. Make the money come back, and you know, you can stay here, you can live here, you can whatever. You don't have to worry about shit. Basically, he's saying like, look, I'll put this in your pocket. You come back with it, I'll put more, and you don't have to worry about a damn thing. Like he was like saying, and dude, I'm telling you this, I did. And I told him many things. I said, look, I don't know anybody. You're like, how the fuck am I supposed to just? And he goes, look, you don't have to know anybody. These people know me, and they know if you're standing in a certain place that you work for me. So all you got to do is stand in this particular area, and these people will know. Don't give a fuck who you are. They're not going to fucking rob you. They're not going to steal from you. They're not going to do shit from you. He's like, if you're standing on this particular corner at this particular time, at this particular place, in front of this particular store, nothing's going to happen to you. Period. You just, all you got to do is bring, and so I did it. Dude, inside this house, not me, but inside this house, I've probably seen 25,000 come in one day. I mean, I was just one of probably 50 people doing this shit, dude. Like, I mean, it was just like a fucking, like, motherfuckers just coming in and out, re-upping, dumping off money, re-upping. It was fucking sick, dude. It was gross. Like, and it did not stop. It did not stop. It never stopped. It never fucking stopped. Not one day, not one fucking, it never stopped, dude. It never stopped. This motherfucker had an army of people. An army. And then I just as quick as I came into town one day, I had the money, and I was supposed to go to my spot. I just laid all the rocks on the ground, and I just fucking went to the ground station. I just took a bus back to Tulsa. I think maybe they followed. I don't know, but I'm like, I didn't just leave him. Like, I mean, I told the guy like we might be at this one block, and there's another guy at the next block doing the same thing as you. He knows who you are, and I just went over to my dude, and I said, hey man, I gotta go. I'm laying on my shit right here, and he said, all right. And then I laid it. So like, it wasn't like I just laid it like left it for anybody. Like I said, I told my coworker like, I gotta go. Here's my rocks. And that's how we would do like like a lot of times, like there'd be 2 guys, 3 guys, right? Sometimes 3, mainly 3, and we'd be posted up like a triangle. And then like maybe they would come to me and say, "Hey, I need a 20," and I'd say, "Okay, give me a 20," and then I'd say, "See that fucking dude over there? Go over there, and he gives you the money, or he gives you the rock, and he give me the money." So like, if somebody saw me, they come up, they find out my money. So then I'd be like, and then after I made a certain amount of money, I had to go to the other guy and dump the money out to him, and he would take the money out to the guy. Then he would come down more product, and I'd get more product, and it was like we were all. No one person ever had the grip. Like it was all this network, and that's how I think this gangstalking I got so keen on it was because, well, 2 things. One, I've networked in weird ways like that through other things, so I know how shit works. And 2, I think when they started gangstalking me, they started thinking, "Oh, we'll destroy this guy's life, whatever." But what they didn't realize was my entire life up to this point, since my birth, has been a fucking failure, chaos, bullshit, deception. So it wasn't like it was really anything new. It was just like I was just aware it was there. Like my life really didn't change. I've always been treated like shit by people. I've always been abused by my family. I've always been manipulated by people. So nothing changed except the fact that I knew it was happening. Like, and that's why I was so good with these other things. Like, I didn't give a fuck, you know. I was like, I got nothing to lose. You know? And that's when you test this thing, you realize that if you really truly are in the program, you can do a lot of shit and nothing will happen to you. Dude, I've been flat ass drunk, talking shit to cops, panhandling downtown. Sir, can we get you to this? It's like, all right, well, brother, I can take it as deep as you want to go, my friend.
I was gonna, man, no, this is another over an hour we're going, but it's awesome, dude.
Well, what else you want to know about?
I guess so. Okay, so we went through a lot. My thought was, I had a couple thoughts, but I wanted you to keep going.
Are you a federal investigator? Are you giving this to the feds?
I've heard some good ones in my day. So.
Yes or no?
I don't even have, you know that answer's no.
Was you contacted by any type of resource after you talked to me?
No. Now I do have resources that are.
About like any type of fucking.
No. But when you saw the soldiers, and you've seen basically, it's like if someone was going to ask you like, what is some of the status of planet Earth, you would have some of the most. You have some fucking crazy stories, like, and there was a reason.
It don't mean nothing at all, really.
But there's a reason Source brought you through all that, and I truly do believe.
This bullshit.
I truly believe it's to transmute it. So, in other words, when we see soldiers fucked up from war, when we see drug addicts fucked up from the system.
That part, yeah.
It clicks. It clicks into me that.
They don't show you that on the news.
But it clicks into me that has to change, and that we're going to change this world, and that we will unify this world as a human family under love if the human consciousness wants it as a whole.
You want to tell me something fucked up with the world?
But I want to put that hope.
Walk into a VA hospital, walk around for an hour, and then come out of there and tell me something really weird going on there.
No, I know, dude. Dude, there's so many levels to the game that I already know that. I already know a VA has a public civil level, then they've got people tied up to high-ups in military. You know, they tell you that they put this on the terrorism watch list to look out for vets from war. Why? Because a lot of the people that have been to war realize the bullshit. No, I'm saying that they have reported, like, if you look under, like, what they watch out for terrorism, the Pentagon especially watches veterans. Why? Because they've seen the ills of this society, and they've been perhaps over to a couple wars that they knew were bullshit. And they have, and out of everybody, they have the right to speak the most about the ills. Like, let me keep going. The soldiers, I know, but hold on, let me finish my Let me finish my train of thought. Let me finish my train of thought. Let me finish this. Let me finish this. You've been going for a while. Let me finish this. Listen, listen, listen. I know, but it is. If you're a veteran of the war of Iraq and like you really, if you've really been in it, it does mean something. Like for that one Marine. But listen, but like that one Marine who came back and he started telling the truth. Veterans against the war. He was telling the truth about how the war was going down. We're just fighting poor people over there for rich people over here. And I'm saying that that system, that draconian, Anunnaki, competitive fight or flight system is what we're evolving out of. We're actually transcending that. So for all the wars that have gone on, all the pain wasn't for nothing. No, no, I'm not saying bro. We're all under. No, we're all under this. I know. Well, here, listen. Let me finish. Let me finish. So we're all under this archaic system that has implemented so much, like almost like a computer. A computer has spyware, malware. Our human vessel. Now, this is something the Galactics have communicated to me, is that we're going through upgrades to our 5D light body because most of the human consciousness made the choice that they didn't want to kill each other. Now, this is subconsciously, intuitively, right? So collectively, we're moving to higher frequencies. And and bro, so with that, the duality, the chess game they always want us to sit at, we can finally get up from it. Because we realize that at the top of that chess game, there's another Monopoly game being played our game. The moment that the game ends is when we stop participating in our own way. So in my own way, I'm like, I hear you, brother, man. You've been through war and war. Bro, bro, you've been through wars. I've been through wars. Well, and this is the thing. I have this one song called Where There's a Will, There's a Way. And my brother and my sister always like this line. I said, stepping in the ring. But listen, I'm stepping in the ring and I greet him with a hug instead of swinging my glove. Let the light illuminate from the lamb and the lamp, something like that. And but now this is the 5D unification that will prevent us from destroying each other and will allow us to this time not go kill ourselves, because humans have done this over and over. This is not our first round at the table. Human souls on Earth have been blowing each other up since Atlantis and Lemuria, and we've done it since time immemorial, it seems. But at this point, there's a shift. And that's why the Galactics are intervening, just to help, because they see the potentials way in the positive, and they've always been watching this planet in a sense, but to get involved is another level they have to go through, the direct codex of the galactic stuff. So what's happening now, bro, is everything you've been through is almost like what you're saying with me. Anything they're coming at you with targeting, anything, you're like, bro, I'll knock them arrows off for you. I'm going to do the same thing for you, bro. All the old programming of setting one against another, the new fight is to fight for love. The new fight is to fight against fighting. But the thing is, there is no fight with love. But if there was any, if there was any righteous fight, the only righteous fight is truly to try to support love and compassion. And of course, there are those rare circumstances where you might have the biggest, baddest brigade, and they're coming in. They're like, like the Vikings back in the day. We're just here to fucking conquer. There ain't no motherfucking talking to us, and we're gonna do it. Enjoy us eating your bones, and that's gonna take place. But on this earth at this time, they've done that so many times, bro. They've done it so many times since Troy, since all the wars, it's happened so many times that we're bored. It's time to, it's like, yeah, man, dude, me and him beat the shit out of each other so good, we love it. And we're not really even beating the shit out of each other. It's really love at the bottom of it. Even when you fight someone, there is love at the bottom of it, because so I'm saying, like, past the fight, there's even more love, because it's like even the military runs on cooperation. Even a military versus a military runs on cooperation. You have to have military units. You have to have superior officers. You have to have superior, coordinates for. Yeah, but let me finish this train of thought. Let me go. So let me go. This is good, but this is good. Let me go. I'm just saying that we're gonna take that same. It's the same element of love that is within the military, within the elites, within the most royal. Even Queen Elizabeth has it. Even Queen Elizabeth is like, she was just trying to protect what she thought was the best way of life through what she's learned, through what she's acquired, and she acquired targets accordingly, right? But for energy to be measured is a science. For a universal truth to be measured can be a science. And what I mean by that is if you have I believe so. And this is why I believe so, because what gives birth to life? It's love, bro. It's love, bro. It's love, bro. Now, it has to be love. You've never seen a mother like in the universal truth that we know, and the universal truth goes polarity wise other ways, but the universal truth of the high polarity of the light harmony, the source of love is love. So like if you see a mom, like as soon as they have a kid, right? Imagine this horrific fucking visual. As soon as they have the kid, they don't want nothing. And this happens in this ill world because of the things that have happened. But we know that's off. We know intuitively, at least me and your soul level, oh, that's not right. No. A baby's meant to be cared for and nurtured, and we want a world that does that. And to do that, then we have to thus create the systems that do that. Because right now, the systems are putting forth to serve the ruling class that are ruling at this time. We have the blueprints and the systems from our own earthlings to get things together. And so never give up hope that humanity can come together one day. Because as sure as enough as you see a light ship, they did it. They had to have. They wouldn't have been able to get their shit together to do that because they would have been too busy killing themselves with that technology or a lesser technology because they wouldn't have got to that technology. They turned down the frequency of this, turned up the frequency of love. They can't even go to our planet right away, bro, because they feel all the noise and the stuff that they don't even know how we maintain because that's what our job was. But they come from such a peaceful, sound planet that is so wise and our spiritual parents in a way that they can come up with inventions that blow our mind because they're given that frequency access more readily. It's not shunned by capitalism. It's not shunned by gang stalking. It's none of that. It is all clear, bro. Ready for takeoff. And so, bro, they're human. They're human. They're our human family, bro. You know. Okay, well, that's not it's not an easy question. It's not an easy question because on one level, it's like gang stalkers are just doing a job and they're just trying to survive.
How do they know to do that job? Who's telling them to do that job?
Well, my personal.
Apply for this job. How did they get that job? You can't tell about the job and not know how they acquired it.
I would say that, well, like this one dude said, and I take everything with a grain of salt, but he was saying that there were certain, citizens on patrol, and there were certain spy programs, and
How can one bit of information ever been leaked?
no, it has. It has. I've had videos where, oh yeah, and I've had personal experience, but I've had videos where the guy exposes a gang stalker, like the handler in the park, he exposes the handler for giving hand gestures to others, and the guy walks up to him and he goes, do you understand people are killing themselves over this? He goes, you're killing people. And the guy just, yeah, but hey, you don't, but listen, no, listen, killing him, bro, listen, killing him, let me, no, 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 no.
I would give up the rest of my life in prison to kill that motherfucker.
Nah,
I would
bro.
kill him with my bare fucking hands.
Yeah, but
I would say,
that's, bro.
no,
No. No, but here's the thing. No. That's what the one guy said. The guy said, nah. Bro, no, that's, I mean, I know, but here's the thing. Yeah, but here's the thing, bro. How, sure, 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 sure. All right, well, okay. All right, but listen, that you got listen, the violence, right? Violence violence is a language. Violence, do you know what violence is really? I mean, this is the truth. Violence is the ultimate. No, but listen. Violence is the ultimate failure of communication. Violence is the ultimate failure of communication. If we start speaking in that language, then we remove ourselves from love. Now, there are righteous ways to defend yourself. If someone's truly coming at you with a weapon, trying to kill you physically, I mean, sure, if you feel like your soul's path is to defend it, go for it. Some people go out like Obi-Wan, but everyone has their choice. But when it comes to a pivotal moment like that, don't you see that we fight the principalities of evil, not the people? So you have to understand that these people, these are the same human beings we came to save that piss us off. Okay. Well, how about this one? All right. So then, how about this? All right. So how about this? What about the people that passively still live and support the system that supports gang stalking? Should we kill them too? Well, no, you do, because listen, every day people go to work, right? And they don't know our information. But listen, they don't know our information. We have access nodes they don't have, right? So should we kill all the people in the world that support a government that supports gang stalking? Yes, but I don't prescribe to all of the Bible because some of it is written by, you got to know it's written by men in that particular perspective. I do not, they also say that people burn eternally. Bro, they also believe, listen, the Bible also tells you that people burn eternally. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. But I don't believe people burn eternally. So what is the way? So what is the way to? So how do you unify the human family out of violence? Because that doesn't work. Look. It doesn't work. Doesn't work. Violence doesn't work. It just doesn't. I'm just. Well, then you already know. Then I mean, Christ of Nazareth. What did he have to do? You know what I'm saying? And what was the effect of that? Opposed to him falling into the same frequency and then just, yeah. See what I'm saying? There would have been no Jesus Christ that you look up to had Jesus Christ took that same route. That's why the what would Jesus do is a real thing. What would Jesus do? Jesus would say, bro, here's my left hand. Here's my right hand. If y'all are going to do it, you're going to do it. But one thing that won't be done. But one thing that won't be done is the love generating core that we're going to continuously propel out to the population. Because you're creating it right there. Because if there's well, how about this? What if your opponent listen, what if listen. Oh shit.
Maybe we can have peace on Earth until we kill these motherfuckers.
No, because that's not peace. That's not peace on Earth. That is not peace. That's not peace on Earth.
we different?
I will tell you this, that first of all, the Bible believes we eternally burn in a barbecue and never get out.
Well, I mean, that particular chapter.
I know, but I'm just saying that's why I'm saying like that's not true. In the original text, from what I understand, the Old Testament taught reincarnation, but for kings and rulers to get the peasants under like the spiritual loophole, they pull out the fear card, and the fear is if you're not perfectly right when you leave. That's psychopathy. The divine source. Divine source knows how to guide souls for higher learning. It's just as simple as that. And so, well, through lifetimes, here's the thing. There's a part of us hurting, and then we want to hurt them to solve the hurt. Think about that. We're hurt from what they did, right? We're hurting from what they're doing to us. So we're going to take that hurt and then go make them feel hurt. Well, where does it stop? Where does it stop? You know, somebody's got to break the cycle and be willing to take that cross.
Yeah, you're right there. You're exactly
You have to. And that's the only reason that this conversation is as deep as it is, because both our souls are like propelling plateau after plateau as this conversation goes. I couldn't have dug this deep if it wasn't for you digging so deep right now. And that's the power when 2 or 3 agree in his name, it will be done. I do believe that's scripture because my whole body stands up with hair.
No, everything you're saying is correct, man. You're just bringing it to my attention, and I just live amongst this shit all day long. I just try to just fight fire with fire sometimes.
And this one person, the 3-2-1, I love you. Oh, someone cut you off in traffic. They really piss you off. I love you. No, I love you. No, I'm supposed to be mad, but I love you because you are part of me. You're part of me. We're part of the human collective. Now, there is a true, what you're saying, I believe there's a true time and place where battles occur from a wise perspective that have no choice. For example, if there are going to be dark ETs, grays, or reptilians that choose it, oh no, this human population's ours. We're not giving them up easily. Oh no, we've been running things around this motherfucking block. Hey, and then the Galactics are like, well, could we just talk to them and ask if they want to be culled and killed? No, we'd rather you not. Could you just stay out there and we're going to continue trying to shoot you out there? And it's like, okay, so so everybody's learning, like the souls are all learning, like the light workers are learning, like, how could they not get the light? And then the dark ones are like, how could they not get this mission that we are the best and that we are the draconian empire, you know, or whatever it is, like, and it's a nice dance, but one has more rhythm than the other. And as you get better at dancing, more harmony happens, more birds sing, more grass grows, more life happens, because life is out of love, not out of hatred. Hatred is destruction. So for a baby to be born and to live, it cannot have just hatred poured onto it at all. It has to have an electromagnetic field from heart chakra resonance from the mother or father to coat that baby and that child that just came from the heavenly bath.
That's what hurts the most in today's world, is knowing that there's all these babies and children out there with this lack of love, man.
Crying from a lack of getting love.
Well, I mean, seriously, because it's like...
And that's what we're here to do. We're here to broadcast love so loud that it's like, oh, you didn't get any in your cup. Come over here, sir. We got, imagine all the people, like living in the world. Now, you may say me and Chad are dreamers, but we're not the only ones. And I hope someday that they'll join us and the world will live as one.
I'm not the only one.
And then John also said this: if the establishment can pull your hair, flick your face, flick your beard and piss you off and get you to fight, they know how to control you. But he goes, the only thing they don't know how to control is happiness and joy and laughter. So he says, piss for peace, sing for peace, pray for peace, do everything for peace, make love for peace. But he's like, just have the peace going around like a mantra. And I understood before they took Lennon out exactly what that soul mission meant. It meant, oh, I see you next light work waves. We're having fun on the divine level to the lower divine levels. Because lower divine levels are like, we will rule this way. There's no way. We have the network and organization and the money. And then it's like a bunch of old souls hit the planet. And it's like, What? Hell, where are they all at? Damn it! Do we have all of them? Why? Okay, it's starting to move. They're contagious. Oh, what's happening? And then it's like, then it gets to them eventually, and then all of a sudden they're just like Queen Elizabeth's badass self, just like, if I could hug Princess Diana one more time, finally it hits like, oh, I get it. Okay. And it feels so much more better for the elite class to release their reigns over us because it's hurting their soul too, holding them down from higher levels.
Oh, man, that's so awesome to hear you say, man.
Bro, they took Prince out on Queen Elizabeth's birthday. I know how this game gets dirty, bro. They took Purple Rain out right then, and he was talking about the chemtrails on interviews not short before that, bro. He was Prince was magnetizing the people.
Chemtrail go right over my house today, right over my apartment. Like, I was outside, and I looked, dude, literally just right, I mean, directly the fuck over, dude. Now it's just like, wow. Like,
yep.
I swear there's
dude, if you came over my house and sprayed me, or if I sprayed your house, like I'm over your roof, and I'm like, oh, these are toxic chemicals, dumping it anyway, for whatever reason, we're gonna go to jail. Like, oh, hey, I'm calling the cops. But they're flying so high, dumping it, it's almost like out of sight, out of mind. They're dropping nanoparticles that we're breathing in, that's going into our frontal lobe. They're trying to. Okay, the AI is another aspect, bro. They're trying to bring AI online to do the work that the human soul doesn't want to do anymore, so that they can keep the draconian system. And it was let known to me that we do have two different timelines. We can absolutely, we can, bro, me and you totally, we could all go toward the AI RFID virtual reality world, which is what the controllers are pushing from their level of perspective. But what the Galactics are showing is like, look, AI, once you create something sort of like that without a soul, it creates its own. To put it this way, Google and Facebook had to shut down 2 of their AI programs running. Why? Because they were working offline when they were supposed to be, communicating back and forth to perpetuate their artificial intelligence and expansion. And in their mentality, they're looking at the biologicals as inferior, and they must have inherited that by the designers or something. But somehow they inherit that, and what I've been told is that planets that have AI and go that route almost always end up in a bad place, to where the AI takes over and it becomes a huge fucking thing. And the Draconians and the reptilian hybrids and all that, all the way up, they kind of know, like, if we let this loose, then the amount of darkness we wield will keep control, because we'll have control of the AI, at least they hope, and then the AI will have control of the rest of the human population, because we can't trust the humans to control the humans. This awakening's way too fucking massive. As a matter of fact, do we got any more chemtrail planes? This fucking sun. When you're trying to block the sun, truly something's gone off. The sun is the symbol of God.
I'm here to tell you, man, when I was a kid, the sun was yellow. It wasn't this color.
Deeper, bro, you remember the deeper blue skies. You remember the deep blue skies, right? The deep blue. The deep blue.
There's, if you type in on YouTube, you can type in New York City, 1980s, and there's all these people that have all these just handheld camcorder, and look at the sun. The sun was more of it wasn't white like it is today. Like, there's like some days before you even go outside, you open up your blinds, you twist them, and it's like, that's not, I don't know what the fuck kind of light that is, but that's not sunlight.
Right.
It's not sunlight. I don't know what the fuck it is, what they're putting on us, but that's more like a light bulb. That's the sun. I remember as a kid, when we painted the sun as kids in class, we painted the sun orange every time. Every time. We never painted the sun yellow. We painted it orange or yellow every time. Like, I'm telling you, I don't know how to explain it, but like when I go outside and I jog and the sun's on me, I'm like, this sun is doing something to me within 20 minutes that what I could spend 2 hours at a pool when I was a kid didn't do. I don't know what the fuck it is, but I can spend 20 minutes in the sun. And when I was a kid, I could spend all day in the sun. I can't spend more than 20 minutes, and I'm coming back in with, like, not just burns, like, it ain't right. Like, it's not a sunburn. It's a fucking burn, dude, like a radiation burn.
The the nanoparticles.
Like, it's not regular sunlight.
What's happening, bro? What's happening is with the nano aluminum stuff, it's reflecting back important rays.
Sunburn, it's radiation burn, dude.
Yeah, no, but what they're doing is when they drop that white cloud, it's reflecting back the sun.
Yeah.
And so we're getting,
right,
and even farmers have reported on days that are highly chemtrailed, their plants are growing different colors because there are certain infrareds, there are certain wavelengths they are purposely looking to block. The grays with the tops are purposely trying to slow what is inevitable. And that is partly the sun. But what they didn't realize is the divine source is, we're all just dancing so fun. Like, because like divine source was like, okay, block the sun. I'll send a couple more old souls in to bring more solar rays through their own centered sun chakra in their heart. So even though you do cloud up the sky a little bit, they're going to be producing so many damn sun rays on the ground. At some point, we're going to be shutting down all those chemical plants, bro.
Not even that. Check this out, dude. I was thinking like you were saying.
I'm glad I recorded. I mean, this is legendary.
No, like oh shit, I'm losing it. Here it goes. It's like like some of the chemtrails that I've seen in the air by my place today. I've been in an airplane many times in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been in an airplane that flew at those perpendicular angles.
Yeah.
I've never been in an airplane going straight up. I've never been in an airplane going at a 90-degree angle. And these are the directions of these chemtrails. It's like I've never.
Hey, my phone I think is dying. Oh.
Mine too, but they can't say it's personal, just jet airplanes.
No.
Commercial aircraft, because
no,
I've never been in an aircraft that went at a 90-degree angle or a 75.
No, it's definitely not. Yeah. Well, when this dies, this was an awesome talk, and I'll work on uploading.
I love, dog. I'm gonna hang up, but keep it going, and just do like what I always say before you get up here. Just believe in yourself. You know what it takes, dude. You fucking amazing fucking source of energy. Just keep getting the sun rays, keep pushing it forward, and never doubt yourself. If you doubt yourself, just think of me.
Best conversation ever. Hey guys, this conversation was brought to you by Two True Conscious Wave Talks and by Chad, the homie, who's we're all bringing this planet to a better place. We're all combining our experience to elevate. We're all building those bridges because we've done the walls, we felt the division, we've done the wars, we're tired of it. So peace and love. I'm out. Too True. Holler back, Chad. We'll do another one of these soon. This is like, I think episode 2, maybe 3. I don't know. Peace.